Ryan had always thought he and Melissa were inseparable. They had been married for 6 years, owned a cozy suburban home, and shared dreams of building a family. Ryan worked long hours at an engineering firm, determined to give Melissa the life she deserved, while she worked at a law office, often coming home with stories about demanding cases and late nights. Ryan trusted her completely, until the night he realized the woman he loved was not the same person he thought she was. It started with the small cracks, as it usually does. Melissa grew distant. She stopped laughing at his corny jokes, stopped reaching for his hand when they walked together. The intimacy faded, replaced by excuses, stress, exhaustion, headaches. Ryan wanted to believe her, but the unease in his gut grew stronger each day. Then came the secretive phone habits, texting late at night, locking her phone with a new passcode, stepping outside to take calls. One Friday evening, Ryan told Melissa he had to stay late at the office. Instead, he parked his car 2 blocks from her workplace and waited. At around 7:30 p.m., he saw her walk out, not alone, but with David, her boss, a man Ryan had met at the firm's holiday party. They laughed together as Melissa playfully touched his arm. Then Ryan's stomach dropped as he watched them kiss before getting into David's car. He sat frozen, gripping the steering wheel so hard his knuckles turned white. The betrayal cut deep, but rage soon replaced heartbreak. He drove home in silence, his mind already moving from shock to calculation. If Melissa thought she could destroy their marriage so casually, then he would make sure the price she paid was unforgettable. For the next 2 weeks, Ryan played the role of the unsuspecting husband. He kissed Melissa goodbye in the mornings, listened to her excuses about late nights, and even brought her flowers once just to see if she could look him in the eye. Meanwhile, he set his plan in motion. He hired a private investigator who collected photos and videos of Melissa and David meeting at hotels, sneaking off during work hours, and exchanging intimate messages. The evidence was undeniable, but Ryan wasn't satisfied with just proving the affair. He wanted nuclear revenge, something that would destroy both Melissa and David in a single strike. Melissa had no idea that Ryan had quietly taken control of their shared finances months ago. Almost everything they owned was in his name, thanks to careful planning on his part when they first married. Their house, the savings accounts, even the new car she loved driving, legally they belonged to him. With the evidence of infidelity, the divorce lawyer assured him Melissa would walk away with nothing. That was step 1. Step 2 was David. Ryan discovered through the investigator that David was married with children, a man who built his career on the image of being a respectable family man. Ryan gathered every damning detail and compiled it into a neat little package. Photos, videos, text screenshots, even timestamps proving company resources were used to facilitate the affair. The opportunity to strike came on a sunny Saturday afternoon. Melissa thought Ryan was out golfing with friends, but instead, he walked into the backyard where Melissa was lounging by the pool. In his hand was a thick folder. He tossed it onto the table beside her. "What's this?" she asked, lowering her sunglasses. "Your affair, documented in full detail," Ryan said flatly. Her face drained of color. She opened the folder, flipping through the damning evidence. "Ryan!" "It's not what it looks like," she stammered. "It's exactly what it looks like," he cut her off. "You've been lying to me, sneaking around with your boss, thinking I was too blind to notice. But here's the difference. You betrayed me, and now you're going to regret it." Melissa's lips trembled. "We can fix this. Please don't do anything rash!" But Ryan only smiled coldly. "Oh, Melissa." I'm not going to shout or beg. "I'm going to burn down everything you and David thought you had, until there's nothing left but ashes." That evening, while Melissa begged him to reconsider, Ryan executed the next phase of his plan. He emailed the entire package of evidence to David's wife, as well as to the company's board of directors and HR department. By the next morning, chaos erupted. David's wife filed for divorce immediately, threatening to take half of everything he owned and full custody of the kids. The board of directors suspended him pending investigation, and whispers spread through the office like wildfire. His reputation as a family man and respected executive was obliterated overnight. Melissa, meanwhile, was hit from all sides. Ryan filed for divorce the same day, his lawyer submitting the mountain of evidence. She realized quickly that she had no financial ground to stand on. Everything they owned would stay with Ryan. When the divorce was finalized, she left the house with nothing but her clothes and a few personal items, but Ryan wasn't done. For his final blow, he threw a gathering at his home, a mix of friends, neighbors, and a few co-workers. Melissa was there to collect some remaining things, and Ryan seized the chance. He stood before the group and with a calm voice laid out the truth. He showed them the evidence of Melissa's affair, explained how David had abused his position at work, and revealed the steps he'd taken to end it all. Melissa broke down in front of everyone, sobbing uncontrollably, while Ryan stood tall, his voice steady. This woman chose lies over loyalty. She chose betrayal over love. But I won't let her or anyone like her destroy me. I'm moving forward stronger than before. The room erupted in murmurs. Some looked at Melissa with pity, others with disgust. She fled the house in humiliation, her reputation shattered beyond repair. David, now jobless and divorced, spiraled into obscurity. His name became a cautionary tale in the industry, whispered as an example of what happens when arrogance blinds judgment. Melissa, too, drifted aimlessly, hopping between low-paying jobs and cheap apartments, a shadow of the woman she once was. Ryan, however, thrived. He sold the house they once shared and bought a new place across town. He focused on his career, his health, and building a circle of genuine friends. For the first time in years, he felt free. His revenge hadn't been just about punishment. It had been about reclaiming his dignity, his life, and his future. Months later, Melissa tried contacting him. She sent long messages filled with regret, begging for another chance. Ryan never replied. The final time she showed up at his door, tear-streaked and desperate, he simply looked at her and said, "You made your choice. Now you live with it." Then he closed the door, leaving her outside, powerless. In the end, Ryan didn't just catch his wife cheating. He dismantled her world and her lover's world piece by piece, leaving them both to face the wreckage of their decisions. His nuclear revenge was complete, and he walked away without looking back, stronger, wiser, and unbroken.